What do you know? Pros and cons, pros and cons. The world blames your mom. The world blames your dad, but it's really your mom. Pros and cons. What's cracking?
What's going on, everybody? All
We're
right.
here live.
Live, prestige, worldwide. Wow.
Yeah.
Ching.
Shut me.
Woo!
Please, thank you. Thank you. Please.
All right, just gotta find the line.
We're logging in on the chat now. We're running behind, but we're here.
Thank you
Here
guys.
and now.
Thank you guys for being patient. Thank you. Thank you very much.
So I'm trying new things.
Stream looks choppy.
Yeah.
Is it,
Let me refresh.
did you click the quality of it or something? Maybe the internet sucks that you're using.
You mean you don't trust the police?
In my business, you don't trust anybody.
Ask them. Does the stream
Hey,
look,
how's the stream look on your end, guys?
does it look like it's really,
I see
messy?
Daniel and Pussycat Dog Lover. Does it look grainy and pixelated? No, looking good, smooth.
Sweet.
Okay. Weird.
It's probably this internet, because this internet is not very consistent. I live under a house.
So maybe quality. Oh, it's 144p. Maybe that was it.
Probably.
There we go.
There it is.
All right. Amazing.
Maybe you should keep it lower. I don't know. Maybe not. I'm not connected to the internet over there.
True. We don't need it to be.
Anyways.
super high.
We're here. We're live.
Live.
Prestige World live.
What's going on, everybody?
If you didn't notice, we put the phone number on the flyer this time, so hopefully we get more people to call in.
Yeah.
We can talk about whatever we want to talk about. You know what I'm saying?
It's also in the description on the video. Just look below the video. You see the number right there.
Yep.
Let's get it.
So don't be shy. Anything you want to talk about, call in.
Talk about whatever you like. Yeah.
Super Dave in the chat. What's up, Kristen?
What's up, Dave?
La la la.
Is Hank here?
No, but Super Dave was just saying he loves
Oh,
that song.
okay.
That's Super Dave's favorite. Matt Kruger in the house. Welcome, Mr. Kruger. Three thumbs up, 3 thumbs down. Who's it? 3 thumbs down? Yeah, who's that?
What a bunch of losers.
What a bunch of lames. Get these lames out of my face.
They turn on notifications so they can just come hate.
Yeah. Well, hey, that's a good thing. If we got 3 lames already,
Well, yeah, I mean, there's plenty of lanes.
yeah, we're doing something
It's probably
right.
one lane that has 3 different accounts he logs into.
Yeah. What's up, Primal Bear? We got the bears in the chat. Gaucho Bear, Primal Bear. Yeah, don't forget to smash that like button since we have a couple lames already smashed the Joe Rogan down button.
Who's the lane?
Sunshine,
Marcus Jones.
Sunshine Giltner says, Trevor, you are so talented.
I appreciate it. God is good. All glory to God.
She sends you a little heart.
It ain't me.
So how's everybody's weekend kicking off? It's hot as hell in Los Angeles.
Yeah, and we got fire going. I got a jacket on.
Sweating. Are you sure or unsure?
We stuffed some food down our throats real quick. Pause.
Yeah, like some
We were running late, so
snakes. That's why we were
it's
late.
kind of a scramble.
We're making a mad dash to knock out some errands. Yeah, smash that Rogan up button. Smash it right there. Pussycat Dog Lover says, let's hear some more music. It's 55 degrees and raining in Indiana, where Matt's at.
Nice.
That sounds decent. Not too cold, 55. First time in the pool with my son. Oh, Danny. Amazing, man. This boy's getting big.
What's up, Danny? First time in the pool with my son. It's like when we went to the pool. Because you're my son.
We're missing.
Aha.
Aha. A little more light. Let there be light. There we go. Yeah, Matt, we'll throw some topics down in the chat. We had a couple things on our mind, but we just kind of let everyone kind of file on into the chat.
Let that dust settle.
Yeah. Everyone grab a seat. Super Dave says, hey Trevor, do you know the rhythm of Money from Pink Floyd on piano? Money! Dun, 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 dun. Something like that.
Is that it? It's something weird.
Something like that.
I'm thinking of a different song, but I know the song you're thinking of.
It's a gas. Nice sound, says Sunshine Gilner. Shiny Octopus saw your IG story with a lot of weird cereals. Where was that?
Oh, was it the this little gas station or liquor store by down the street? They got all these weird cereals. But it's funny because I'm an Amazon Prime member. If you didn't know. And I looked up a lot of those cereals are on Amazon Prime, so you can have those delivered, man. Because these little liquor stores, they up the prices because they're like novelties.
Like $30 cereals.
Yeah, it's insane.
But they got stuff that I've never seen before. That's like Twinkie cereal.
But they have them on Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
But yeah, you can get some interesting cereals like Child's Play.
Oh yeah, they had the Child's Play, the Good Guys cereal.
Good Guy cereal.
I don't know how good. It's got to be like any other cereal you've ever had, but just like a clone, you know. But you're buying the novelty box of it.
I'm sure it's just basic generic cereal, and then they're just paying for the.
It's either
graphics.
Apple Jacks, you know, Cocoa Pebbles, or Cocoa Puffs,
or what's that? Corn Pops? No.
I don't know. I've never had anything that tasted like Corn Pops with Corn Pops.
Yeah.
Because they got the money, you know. They're a big brand.
Nice.
Garbage
Nice.
kids. Yeah, the prices were insane. What's up, Manny? Manny
Yeah.
Smith.
Who?
Manny.
Yeah.
Yeah, Manny.
Nice.
Welcome. So, there was a couple interesting things that we were talking about with some friends.
Who's we?
Well, me.
Yeah.
But there was what was that story? Oh no, it was that Facebook post or meme that you saw of that person who tweeted out that if straight men don't want to date a transgender
Oh yeah,
woman,
yeah, but that was such a dumb tweet. But it was amazing how many people retweeted it and were talking about it, like saying if you don't want to date a trans person, you're transphobic.
yeah, like you have to be willing to date a dude in a dress, or
Yeah.
else something's wrong with
But I
you.
mean, obviously that's just stupid. It's like saying if you're a guy and you don't want to date another guy that you're manphobic.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
that just means you're not gay.
Manny's it's a manual from church.
Oh, what's up, Manny?
What's up, buddy? His alias.
You mean you don't trust the police?
In my business, you don't trust anybody.
If you're wondering if I trust you.
Yeah.
And don't forget, guys, there is a call-in number at the bottom.
Yeah, call in.
818
Come on.
308 5559.
Yep. 308-5559.
Matt says, I'm 100% transphobic. Great, I'm the lady.
It's funny that they say use phobic in so many ways. It's almost like a tactic to make you be like, hey, I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. Because like, you're not afraid. It's just a preference. Like,
Yeah.
no, actually, I like women. Sorry.
Yeah, if I say that that baker, that guy who they were bugging, he shouldn't have to be forced to bake a gay cake. But like, you're homophobic. No, I'm not scared of gay guys. There's no
Yeah.
fear involved.
I mean, I think that if you own a business, it's your business. You have the right to refuse service to anybody for whatever reason you want.
Exactly. It's your business.
Yeah, exactly. Anybody should be able to have the power of their own business and not be forced to serve anybody. Even if you're just like, meh, you give me weird vibes. I don't want to serve you.
If you want the gay cake, go start your own bakery. You can bake all the gay cakes you want.
Or find a gay baker. Or somebody will make you a gay cake.
Shiny octopus. That's Omar, Black Stepdad. Exactly, says Sunshine. Exactly, and there's no hate involved. You know, it's no big deal. They can eat whatever cake they want, but don't impose any imposition. Whether it's straight people imposing on gay people imposing on straight people. No imposing. That's the key. That's hard with a photography business. Is it? I mean, can't you just say the same thing? No. You know, you can choose which assignments not to take.
But I mean, I've never heard of a gay photo shoot.
Yeah.
But I mean, maybe it's like.
Yeah, if you're not comfortable with the shoot, I would, you can just say, sorry, I'm not shooting that for you. This is not my guitar, Omar. This is Trevor's guitar. I don't know what kind it is. It's just your standard acoustic kit fiddle.
I got that for my 21st birthday.
So, it's about 3 years old.
Yeah.
How long have you been playing? I'm not really trained very well, but I've been jamming off and on and riffing for about 15 years, but I'm not that good. How about you? How long have you been playing?
I don't play. People are like, what do you play? With people's emotions.
I said no is the real N-word.
Especially sensitive people.
It does happen, man. I used to think homophobic meant you don't like to stay at home.
Makes sense. Actually, it makes more sense.
Yeah, it sounds like it. If I was a little kid, I'd say, yeah, someone who's scared of staying at home, they're homophobic. And then hydrophobic?
Hydrophobic.
That's another term.
Who knows what hydrophobic means?
Yeah.
Go ahead and comment down in the chat if you think you know what hydrophobic is.
Hydrophobic. It's a condition. What is that condition? Scared of water. That is one of them, but there's another one that he taught me that I didn't realize. Hydrophobic. It's used like a noun. He's got the
man's got hydrophobic.
He's got hydrophobic. Let that boy go.
Do you like mangoes?
I do like mangoes.
Let that mango.
I think they give a what is hydrophobia?
It's an old school term for rabies.
Right. For some reason, if you look at the symptoms of rabies, one of them says that the person or animal would have a fear of water.
I learned this word because I was watching Old Yeller. Great movie if you haven't seen it. Old school film. It's great. Do you like it? I do. And when Old Yeller got the virus or so, he's got hydrophobic. Well, they got hydrophobic.
You mean you don't trust the police?
No.
When your car glides over water, that's hydroplaning.
Yeah, that's when you're
Hydroplaning.
hydroplaning on a plane.
That's nacho cheese, guys. Trev and Beard, what's up, T Warrior 1? Alpha, that's right. T Warrior, if you feel free to give a call, man. Numbers
Come
at
on
the
in.
bottom of the video, 818-308-5559.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah.
the red fern grows is a must-see. Have you seen Where the Red Fern Grows? That sounds...
I think that's
Really
a book
familiar.
you would read in school, like elementary school, right? Or high school. Or
I've
something.
seen Fern Gully.
Seen that? That's what they. That was that one movie that they. What's that one movie that they did after Ferngully? Way later, they took the idea from. With the Avatar.
Yeah, it is kind of like
Avatar
that.
was Ferngully.
Just Fern Gully was a miniature scale
Yeah. In cartoon.
in cartoon form. But Avatar was interesting because I liked it, but at the same
Coffee's
time,
a little weak.
it is. It was a rush job. I had to rush it. We were running out of time.
Yeah.
But they made the soldiers, obviously they're American sounding, but they made them look like jerks.
Did they?
Yeah. It's a little bit of propaganda, I think. This is Coffee, Pussycat, dog lover. Gabriel Valentine. What's up, buddy?
So we got this little mini instant coffee, so you can splash it in. Cause we got the French press.
And
then
punch it up.
Since it's weak,
I'll take a pinch.
You want a little pinch? A little secret sauce? A little splash?
Yes, sir.
I feel like I gave you less.
Yeah.
There you go.
But yeah, Omar, anybody, if you guys want to call in, man, don't be scared. Don't be a beta.
Your phone should be ringing.
Call the
right
numbers.
now, man.
The
What's
phone should be
going on?
vibrating. I don't see anybody calling in. If you got the nuts to have beliefs,
Cashew nuts, that is.
well then have the nuts to give us
We
a
don't
call.
want to get demonetized, so if you have the cashews,
Go forgive your mothers and fathers. That's right. Especially your mothers.
who's it gonna be?
Survey says.
I gotta get used to where all these sounds are in here so I can know when to trigger them. I use that so that if I ever say anything funny, I'll be like, "Hey, have you heard the news?" They say if you don't date trans people, you're transphobic.
You should tell the Mexican word of the day.
But yeah, the Mexican word of the day is Lysol. You know what I'm saying? Because, what is it? There's so many, they tell them Lysol all the time around here. The media tells Lysol all the time.
Here we go.
First call.
T-Warrior 1.
T.
Press 1.
It is Oreo.
To send a voicemail, press 2.
Put it up
What?
there so they can hear.
What's up, T-Warrior?
What's up, beer dude?
How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing fine, man. Just been working all day outside doing construction and all that. You know, trying to relax.
That's
Have
what's
me
up.
some good old fried chicken. I'm black.
I'm black. I love fried chicken. We just passed this place I've been to before. It's called Dinah's Chicken. And from the outside, it looks like it's going to be amazing, like Roscoe's or something. And it's not. It's just a knockoff, shitty chicken spot.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you what, man. Black people don't need nothing else with fried chicken. We get emotional behind that fried chicken. We don't need waffles or nothing with it. We just need the chicken.
But so you don't like chicken? You don't need to have a little Frank's Red Hot or Louisiana?
Or Crystal?
None of that, just the chicken.
Damn, I need the
Dang.
hot sauce, bro.
I need at least that crystal.
Yeah, you got to sprinkle some hot sauce on it. It's good, you know. But I live here in San Antonio. And,
Oh, nice.
There's a lot of Mexican restaurants down here, so. you
I
know,
heard
it's
San
fine.
Antonio is like the Riviera of Texas. Like it's got some real nice like walking areas and outdoor spots.
It depends on what side of town you're on, but it's all right. It's tripping me out how many people are walking around with these masks on. I saw someone jogging with a doctor's mask on. I'm like, it's just the weirdest thing.
Yeah.
Are people, when you walk by them, are they like avoiding you? Like, oh, you're infected. I don't want to come near you.
No, they're not like that really.
People here are doing that.
Like, today, I'm like the rebellious dude. You know, I went into the Dollar Tree and I didn't have a mask on, and everyone else is walking by. And they kind of looked at me, but nobody said anything.
That's right. Because you're like, if they do, you just
no
tell them.
mask, I didn't care.
You just remind them. You say, "Hey, I'm black. You can't tell me anything."
No, that wasn't. I probably should have said that, right? No, that was my attitude. I don't like the idea of somebody, you know, for no arbitrary reason other than trying to gain control over people. Oh, you have to wear this mask. I mean, I'm seeing these dudes walk around holding a 40 ounce in public, but got a doctor's mask on. Come on, man.
I think the new currency is compliance these days.
Yeah, that's it, right?
Like, well, if I'm caring and I'm telling everybody, then I'll get good points.
Yeah, it's like being around a bunch of brown nosers. Everybody wants to be your mom and tell you what to do.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, I'm looking at how people are reacting to this disease, and I was reminded. Okay, we had Ebola. We had SARS. H1N1. Flu. Pookie and Shaniqua flu. Whatever flu they come up with. Nobody ever freaked out like this, but to me it seems to be more political than anything.
Absolutely.
I think it's
agree.
that way to a lot of people, man. And then there's the people that are like, they're trying to use the guilt trips. They're like, my friend, I've lost 3 people from this virus, and you know maybe they did lose their friends, but like, how do they know it was really from the virus? They could have caught something else, and they labeled it as that, or maybe they, you know, some people are getting this virus, but it's just blown out of proportion, you know.
Well, I watched a video earlier from shout out to Amazing Luke.
Yeah.
There was a certain health director that the way they there. So say if someone comes in the hospital and they die of a heart attack or something, they find out that person had the COVID-19 virus. Well, they go ahead and say, well, that was COVID death. And I figured that was happening because, you know, it just seemed odd. I haven't met one person with this disease yet. Everybody has it for some reason. You know, it's ridiculous.
Right.
I knew that something was wrong with those numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was they were just claiming like just the wildest numbers, and then like I don't know anybody who directly had anyone affected. It's always like a friend of a friend of a friend.
Yeah.
The guy got mad at me. I went to pay my phone bill yesterday, and it was weird, man. I mean, they had the register taped off, and they had doctor's masks. It was almost like going to a clinic or something, right? And so I took a picture of the little taped off area they had, and I thought it was funny. And the guy was like, "You taking a picture of me?" He got all mad. And I said, "Dude, I'm taking a picture of y'all's little setup. It just seems so ridiculous to me." And he was like, "Well, my mom had it." I'm like, "Dude, how do you know? Come on."
Yeah,
You
my
know, it seems
ass.
like he was just making it up for the sake of, you know, the
Just-
moment. But
Just to
I
prove you
haven't met
wrong.
anybody that had.
You know what I've been doing, or I've been thinking about is like, okay, if they want to make us wear masks to do business, then they should provide us with a mask. Because I shouldn't have to go out and spend my money on a different product to buy another product. Like I went to go buy tacos the other day at this taco stand, and they told me that I couldn't order because I didn't have a mask. And so I put my shirt over. It was so stupid. I put my shirt over my face to order, and then after I was done, like the tacos weren't very good. It was like $14 for these tacos. And then so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make a Yelp review, and I left a 1 star because of the way they acted. First off, and the food wasn't very good, and then it hit me that we should start doing this everywhere we go. That gives us attitude and slack about masks, because there's no law, you know. It's just it's a mandate.
But it ain't a law.
It's not a law, and it's not in their policy. And if they're not going to provide me with a mask, I'm not spending my money buying a mask so I can spend money in their establishment. So 1 star review, Yelp.
Yeah.
This, you know, it's one. Okay, so if you look at TV now, everyone's talking about be safe, stay at home, social distancing, all this stuff, right? And if you live your life worried about safety first, you wouldn't do anything. You wouldn't drive to work. You wouldn't eat. Because if safety's first, we wouldn't have firefighters. We wouldn't have pilots or anything.
Exactly.
Because nobody, if you live your life worried about safety first, you'll never do anything. Everything's dangerous. Die any kind of way, you know.
And you know for sure. And safety is I'm not responsible for other people's safety, right? And nobody's responsible for my safety. So it's like, when did I sign up to ask for someone to look out for my safety? I'm my own man, you know. I don't need somebody else to try to control someone else for my own safety. It's insane.
Right, like we're all become like wards of the state where they get to, like we're foster children. Now they tell us where to go.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm diabetic, and I don't have anybody, you know, rushing and, hey, get away from that shit, please, donuts, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah, and what about people that have like AIDS or kind of STDs working out at the gym? They're not worried about someone else catching something. Girls on her period. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I think that authority in any level, I think it becomes intoxicating to people. I saw a woman at the deck cashing place, and she was like aggressively, you gotta put your mask on, you know?
Yeah.
I'm like, this chick sweeping the floor, but she's yelling at people about putting on a mask, you know?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's just that idea of having authority. If you look at some of the governors, believe the governor of Michigan.
Yeah, she that crazy lady.
I mean, it's just outrageous.
Yeah, she closed. She didn't want them to buy seeds, anything to do with the plant section. She was like just deciding what was essential and what's not essential. Like you can't buy this, you can't buy paint, you can't buy gardening equipment. Like who is she to tell anybody what they can spend their money on?
We were in Rite Aid. We went to go get some snacks, and we had our masks like on our face, but our nose was popping out. And the guy walked over. He got up real close to us too, and he's like, "We're gonna have to put your mask on all the way, sir. We're gonna have to ask you to leave." And what we should have said was, "Hey, man, you got signs up that say 6 feet away, and you're not 6 feet."
Yeah, so step back.
Yep.
We should start taking pictures of them and sending it to corporate.
Gretchen Whitmer, is that the governor of Michigan?
Yeah, that sounds like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she also considers hip replacements as non-essential, but abortions are essential.
Yeah, what kind of nonsense is that?
Weed and liquor is essential, but gardening is not essential.
Exactly.
Weird.
It's all nonsense, man. Like, and I guess the one good thing that hopefully comes out of Trump putting the power in the governor's hands is that they will make themselves look bad by showing just how much they want to control the situation. All these red states are opening. Like my buddy lives in Idaho. They're opening May 1st. Not to mention there's already people who don't comply with the lockdown. So if they start opening up and having a great time and see no issues with COVID, then people in these blue states hopefully will start to see that and realize that they don't have our best interest at heart.
Yeah. Yeah, I tell you what, man, it's a seething pot, and people are getting tired of it.
Yes, sir.
People are really getting tired of it. I mean,
I'm
it's
seeing
getting
more
old
people
fashioned.
without masks. So, you know how people with dreadlocks, they see each other and they're like, "Hey, man, I see you, I see you." I've been doing that when I see people with no masks on.
Yes, it was a guy in California who was, I can't remember what city he's over, maybe San Diego or something. He was saying that snitches get rewarded.
Yep.
Yeah.
For,
Compliance is the new
snitching on
currency.
people.
Snitches get riches.
I'm imagining somebody calling the police for that. I was outside and there was a guy, he didn't have a mask on, and there's probably somebody getting raped somewhere or their home's getting burglarized, and this
Exactly.
police officer's over here roughing somebody up over a mask.
Everybody's unidentified, can commit any crime they want. Nobody knows who it was. It was a guy with a mask.
There's a guy with a mask. He black.
He like. Yeah, no, this
I
is.
saw his hands. Hey, but I love you guys' show, man. I'm gonna get off the phone.
I appreciate you calling, bro. You're the first call of the day.
Yeah, man. Thank you,
And,
T-Warrior.
Hopefully it's a cool little hang since we're supposed to be locked in our homes. We can talk shit on here.
Hey, no problem. Hey, y'all keep it up. Hopefully your viewership picks up and everything.
Yeah,
I love
for
it, man.
sure.
I like y'all set up and everything.
God willing, man. Thank you. God bless you.
All right, take care, man.
Hey, get Joel on there, man.
We're
Get
trying.
Joel on there.
Well, you know he's black, so it's always like
He's not black. He black.
he black.
Oh, fuck. He's black. He's so late every time.
Always late.
After it's over.
He goes
Gotta
to
sleep in, man.
he goes to bed at 8 p.m. Has dinner at 2.
Oh, man. Y'all take care, man. It's good
All right.
talking to you.
Bye,
See
T.
All right.
Who's next for the next call? Who's gonna be on the
Step
next
on up.
the next
Come
round?
on up. Come on.
Who's gonna be the next round caller?
Let's see what we missed here. A little bit of action in the chat.
Trying to memorize what these sound effects are.
It's like the Old West with the bandanas. We just need sacks with dollar signs for shopping bags. That would be a good one.
No sacks out of wedlocks.
Yeah. You gotta quit sacks in the There we go. Blowing up.
Ain't that about a
Matt.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press
Alpha.
Matt, you're on the air.
Hey, what's up, fellas?
What's up, buddy?
bro?
Not a whole lot. Just sitting at the kitchen table.
Where you
watching
from?
You guys.
Is this Matt from Indiana?
Yeah, this man from Indiana.
Amazing.
Nice.
I can barely hear you.
You
Barely?
could barely.
All right, there it is.
You got an Obama phone?
Tunnel.
You got that Obama phone.
No, that's a little better. No, I got an iPhone. It's a Chinese phone.
It is a
It's got the virus.
Chinese phone. Or as,
Everything from China, it never works right.
that's right. So,
I'm starting to sweat by this fire.
yeah, it's getting a little warm.
Yeah.
So, Matt, me and Trevor always, well, not always, but we talk about how you have such a great little layout with your house out there. You get to work on the land and chopping trees down.
Yeah.
Did you always grow up with that, or did you start that yourself, or as a kid did you work with your father doing that kind of stuff as well?
Well, my grandfather had 40 acres over in Illinois, southern Illinois, and I always spent summers with him. I was actually an Army brat, so I did halfway around the world before I was 12. Oh, excuse me. It was just something I did with Grandpa, and my dad would do it occasionally.
Grandpappy.
So when I got here, it was, I already knew how to do the gardening, all that fun stuff, the shooting, that come. I think I got my first gun when I was 12, and then it just grew from there. Never stopped.
That's awesome, man. Props to you. I've been in LA my whole life thinking that there's an opportunity right around the corner.
Well, there always is, but you got to pay the piper.
Yeah.
Pay that Hollywood price.
Only price is my soul.
Yeah, if you date a girl, you will
It's
pay the
just your
piper.
soul. It's just your soul.
No big deal.
Yeah.
I know, right? You get halftime shows. You can go up there and do all those ritualistic things.
Yeah, I mean it's not a big deal. You want to get famous. You just got to sell your soul to the devil. That's all.
Right. So, well, I mean, like you mentioned those trees that was cut down. Well, I found a sawmill. They're going to come out and cut that into slabs.
Nice.
So we're going to slap some cabins up in a barn.
Amazing. How many acres do you have out there without giving up too much information?
Just 5.
Man, I can't wait. I want some land. I would love to have that kind of.
You know what? He only wants land so he can grow some
marijuana.
To grow up some what?
Marijuana.
Oh, yeah. Well, you guys ought to go get it. It's buyer's market.
It is a buyer's market.
I just wanted an excuse to use this.
Everything is a buyer's market right now. But, so how locked down are you guys? Because, like, here in Indiana, the governor, he's real beta. And he's not going to free everybody. Just the businesses, I suppose, because town was crowded. We went in town this morning, and it was like a holiday. So people don't listen here. A lot of people had some masks on, but most didn't. So everybody buying the plants, animal feed, stuff like that.
I mean, it's not locked down in the sense that I've had any cops stop me for not having a mask, but we did notice the other day that in the city nearby, where we're at, they had those little road signs where kind of where they used to notify you of construction down the street, and it said that masks are required in the city. So I'm assuming that they're expecting you to wear it at all times in public, but I'm not doing that.
Dirty
I'm gonna wait for them to stop me.
Yeah.
Right, I'm with you. But it at first it was a little nerve-wracking when you were in town. I mean, like the first couple weeks when they were blowing it all up. Even though I knew in the back of my head, it's like, man, these numbers are all going to come down.
So,
CDC.
in the beginning, you kind of thought it may have been real, the severity of what they were saying?
It could have been real, but I read a headline today that those tests that China sent to the U.S., they were contaminated with that so-called virus. Kind of like the smallpox and blankets.
Yeah, I don't doubt that it's not real. I think that there's a real virus, but I think that they're just blowing it out of the proportion. And there's way too much evidence that shows that they're not consistently with the statistics saying that the actual cause of death is COVID-19, like we've said a million times.
Exactly. Well,
Put your
it's like
hand-
this. It's like perfectly healthy 19-year-old died of complications of COVID-19 after shooting himself in the head.
Yeah, exactly.
It was a COVID death. I mean, that's what they're doing. I mean, it's crazy. I really don't think it has anything to do with any kind of sickness.
No.
I'm pretty sure. I
What do you think about the whole 5G thing? A lot of people are saying, "Oh, it's 5G," and that places like Foresty and stuff, they have the lowest amount of numbers because they don't have the towers.
Well, I don't know. You guys, I don't think there's any active 5G in the United States just yet.
Well, they have those
Oh.
those Gwen towers, and they say that those are supposed to be what will carry the 5G, and people are saying that.
The 5G is just a narrow band. I mean, they knew when they figured out radar microwaves, right?
Ha!
You probably got one in your room there.
Ha!
That's all it is. So the microwaves would melt the chocolate bars in the guys' pockets that were working on the towers, the radar towers. So it's just a step up from all that. I mean, if you're standing right next to it and it's aimed at you and you get enough power on it, yeah, it's going to mess you up pretty bad. I mean, radiation, it stops your blood from being able, the radiation sickness stops your blood from being able to get rid of carbon monoxide and absorb oxygen. So, you know, they say COVID, the lungs are having issues, but if you guys remember, I don't know when it was, all those Mario Karts, just, you know, the vaping, those pins were coming over, and all the weed legal states where they were doing it, the kids were smoking those pins, and they were having lung damage. Well, that lung damage looks a little like, you know, like mustard gas or chlorine gas. We'll do that to your lungs too, blister.
Yeah.
It won't function. So, I don't know, you know, I don't want to take no chances if we're, you know, a biological warfare going on, but what do you do?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty nuts. Sorry, we're trying to adjust the phone so you can be heard because I don't know if they can hear you.
Oh, okay, sorry.
No,
I think you want to
It's
move that over a little bit. There you go. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's like I definitely think biological warfare is a thing. But it seems like they're definitely using this virus. If it is a totally real virus, and there are people dying and all that stuff, even if that's so, I think that they're still using it to their advantage to, you know, push their political agendas and pounce on their opponent.
Well, I think it's deeper than that. I think it's way deeper than just the United States political opponents, because we all have noticed that those folks they're off a lot. So you know, they're their own class of people. They're the elites. You've heard it all. I mean, there's nothing I can say. You already know it. It doesn't matter what side they're on. And they just sit and argue back and forth in their little protective cocoons, you know, off the backs of all of us out here. I mean, it's been, what, 110 years since the Federal Reserve was enacted,
Yep.
right?
Yeah, like early 1900s, what, 1917 or something?
Yeah. 1914, Christmas Eve, half of Congress and the houses were out.
On Jekyll Island.
Thanks, Woodrow Wilson. No, it wasn't on Jekyll Island.
Wasn't it on Jekyll Island?
That's where they conceived it, but that's not where it was voted on.
Oh, yeah, true.
Congress actually voted on it, but
Right.
it was on Christmas Eve, 1913, I believe. But, you know, not only did that happen, but then the IRS come hand in hand with that. Both of them private organizations, nothing to do with our government.
Right. And we don't get to audit them.
So, no, you don't get an audit. There's no gold before it knocks. So, you know, it's. I think it was Thomas Jefferson that said that if you allow a private bank to print a nation's current money, that what was it? That the corporations and businesses that grow up around it will deprive the citizens of their freedoms and liberties. It's kind of what you see today, right?
Exactly.
I mean, you guys are at the mercy of YouTube. I mean, if we got off subject onto something, you know, you wouldn't have show no more.
Yeah. No, I mean, there's definitely the Federal Reserve doesn't work in our favor, and their whole system. I mean, the dollar's done nothing but steadily go down in value ever since they took over.
Well, true. I mean, there was a promise that it was. Well, I don't know. Here. This is what I woke up the other morning and I come out and got coffee and I looked out my back window and it just smacked me in the face. It was like, oh, whoa, wait, no, check this out. So there's no international travel. 1945, the whole world got together, and the United States, I don't know if it was strong-armed, it was the Federal Reserve, so it was private bankers, strong-armed the rest of the world to enact the Bretton Woods Agreement, which made the United States currency the world reserve currency, which that made all international trade was done in U.S. dollars.
Right.
So, the Federal Reserve stated that, well, it's not written down it was just a promise that they would tie the dollar to gold, and gold would stay at $35 an ounce.
Oh yeah, you're a gold guy, gold and silver guy.
Well, I mean, it's sound money. It's something that never loses value. There's a lot of things that are money. Bottle of whiskey, unopened, it's money.
Ammo, ammunition.
Side of beef, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah, anything that's really valuable, and money's only valuable because we say it is.
Well, Nixon took us off to gold because, I don't know if a lot of people know this, Europe wanted their gold back because the Bretton Woods Agreement, like France and England, West Germany, they sent their gold bullion to New York City, Philadelphia, where all the Federal Reserve banks are at. And we hold their gold. Well, the private bank holds their gold. Well, they called for the gold back because it was always, well, here you exchange your gold for U.S. dollars, then you can do world commerce. Well, the other nations wanted their gold back, and that was Nixon's whole speculation. The speculators are, well, no, they wanted their gold back, except we didn't have it. Oops.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Oops. So instead of starting a war, which it's a currency war, so it's not hot, Nixon detached the gold, the dollar from the gold, and made a deal with Saudi Arabia and OPEC to only sell their oil in U.S. dollars. So then the birth of the petrodollar happened when Nixon was in. So, here's something else about it. Nixon had a peace agreement signed with Vietnam and South Vietnam, and it was going to stay like a republic. You guys ought to go research what happened with that after he was, ran out of office. But that was a tidbit. But anyway, so we don't have gold no more. So think of all the wars where it's been, what nations decided to sell their oil and gold,
Yeah, Libya was a good example of that.
George Bush Sr. was CIA director and put Saddam Hussein in power.
Nice. Sure did.
Kennedy fired Dulles, and then Dulles did the investigation on his assassination.
Right.
Nice.
Dulles was also involved with the Contra Iran scandal.
That was Reagan, Iran-Contra?
Yeah, but I think the Dulles brothers, they've been behind the scenes on that, just like with Kissinger, all those same bad actors. They've been around for ages.
Yeah, Kissinger. Well, here, I'll give you another little tidbit. Today with Trump, his attorney general, he's a deep stater. He was Bush Sr.'s boy.
Who was that?
I don't know why the attorney general, Barr, he was Bush Sr.'s boy.
Yeah, I've seen that. Bill Barr.
Yeah, it's true. So my point being, why would anybody now ever have any faith in this country's government when they've seen this proven time and time again to where they're just ripping it right out from underneath us? So what's making everybody just lay down and taking it? I mean, all they said was virus, boom, suggestion, Bill of Rights burnt, Constitution gone.
Yeah.
What are you guys' thoughts?
If you Google who owns the United States, it says the Federal Reserve banks do.
Yeah, I already know. 3 city state. You already got your New World Order. It was done with the UN. It's just the veil of it is being pulled back now, and I can't see if it's Trump doing it on purpose, like he's coming for it and he's American and he's going to get it back for us, or if this is just this theater of it. Because if you pay attention, it goes back and forth.
Yeah.
I mean, good Lord, Kennedy got shot and everything changed, and then you had Kent State, you had U.S. Army troops killing protesters. I mean, look at today, you got Antifa. It's like, how can Americans be so blind that they're letting these people do this
Yeah.
What's it going to take? What's it
Exactly.
going to take for people to wake up?
Well, that's the interesting part is I'm with you on that. You gotta. I have two narratives that I play out, which is one is Trump is pro-American, as he states and as he's shown in a lot of ways, and he is trying to reset things and put the balance back in our favor. But you do have to allow for the possibility that maybe he's not, or that even if he wants to, that he's outnumbered because of all the ways that they've gutted his executive orders, people like Kushner, just the things that we're,
Right.
the fact that we've lost a lot of freedoms under his presidency.
Yeah.
But, kind of like Jesse's phrase,
Freedom's
just gotta wait and see.
what free. I mean, I'm lost as to what freedoms we lost under. I mean, I know he's done some things, but if I'm not looking for it to go either way. I know history says that. I mean, this republic's dead. I mean, it's been dead. It was dead before any of us were born. I mean, honestly speaking, just to be honest, I mean, they're recording every phone call, every text, every email, and we're sitting here talking about a piece of paper, and they're pushing this stuff down our throat, and I don't know. It's very strange to me. It didn't feel right getting money from the government that I didn't earn. I understand it's not money, it's currency. I understand I've paid taxes and they're just giving it back. But this
Yeah.
is exactly how the Republic went bankrupt in 32 and 33, and it was incorporated. And that's why when you go by administrative code, that's why there's fringes on the American flag. It's an Admiralty of the Sea flag.
Well, there's a rumor I heard, and I don't know if it's true because I only read it once, that supposedly Trump, reinstated some sort of, thing in the Constitution or something that is supposedly going to give Americans back our, ownership of America and freedom and stuff like that. And ever since they did that supposedly, what's missing now? It's gone. When he talks now, it used to be there.
Oh, there was some interesting thing that people were saying on the presidential podium when he gives his addresses at the White House press conferences, that there's no longer the seal, which is, I guess, what they're saying is that corporate logo. Now it just says the White House, and it has been. That is interesting because that has always been there while we've had this, kind of Fed Reserve controlled system. So maybe there is something to that, and I always keep that. That's why I can't rule it out. That maybe this is a great counter move that is happening. We're watching like a silent war going on between, what they say, white hats and black hats.
Well, he says the invisible enemy.
Well, I think it looks a lot like 6D chess to me. I mean, he's fighting. The Republic's bankrupt, so the Republic would consist of the three branches. None of the alphabets, not the DOJ. No, none of that. Just the three branches. That's it. That's the Republic. Everything else on top of that is the corporation. So Trump's sitting there fighting the corporation. Like everything. Department of Agriculture, Department of Education, the FBI, the CIA, all of it, NSA, you name it, it's the corporation. So I do see Trump, because I'm not that old, but I've seen him on TV since the 80s talking about this country being ran into the ground. But, they play the long game, so I'm going to wait and see. But seriously, the corporation he's fighting in, he knows how to do business.
Sure
He
does.
knows who's dirty, who's not. He's a genius. His uncle got all of Tesla's stuff.
That's right,
all
John
of
Trump.
Tesla's experiments. I mean, it's all intertwined, and he is royalty. Catherine the Scott.
Yeah, he does come from Scottish royalty. It's probably one of the most interesting things that we're living through right now. We get.
Well, I mean, yes, you're right. It's like I used to think, man, I want an adventure because I was bought into this matrix. The matrix where you grow up, mom and dad go to school. The American way, most of it, right? For most people, it ain't the same for all. I understand, but and then you go to school, and then you go to college, and then you get a job, then you get married, then you get mountains of debt, get a house, and then you work for the same company for 60 freaking years. They steal the money from you, so when you quit, you were making less than you would when you started. And then you're too old and decrepit because you had to work so long to pay for everything because the dollar's value was sucked dry, and then you couldn't afford to go to the doctor or buy anything. Yeah, I mean, I seen that. It was just no. And here, look where we're at now.
Yeah, it is going to be. I think a lot's going to happen between now and November. There's just so much that's been kind of set up that.
I tell you what, guys, you need to have food. I mean, I'm not saying, run to the woods and build camp and do more, set up guard and all that. No, I'm saying you need to make sure you got enough food to get through winter.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, check it out. There's no international trade going on. The supply chain that was stripped out of the communities, the counties, and the states, and were globalized, their supply chains are empty. Now, there's not enough locals to feed everybody because all the cattle's large farmed. Like in California, you guys might be able to get away with it because you don't have snow unless you're up in the mountains. You got an ocean. There's your food. Learn to fish. I mean, it's gonna get nuts. I mean, there was a dairy here pretty close to me that they were told to dump their milk.
What?
Thousands of gallons of milk. So instead of listening to them, they put some stuff out on Facebook, and the whole county come and bottom out.
Amazing.
So that's one instance, but you're talking this global food system and medical supplies, medicine. I mean, I wouldn't want to be Trump. Good Lord. I mean, our government effectively destroyed our ability to feed ourselves locally. It brought in globalization, truck driving, from Mexico to Canada with NAFTA. And God, I mean, I didn't want him to renegotiate it. I wanted him to end it totally. You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's like, I don't want to be a Debbie Downer or, oh, God, the sky's falling. But it's not looking great. But, it always comes out on the other end. If you pay attention, don't freak out. Don't put yourself in front of, the government's bullets flying. Let someone else do that.
Yeah, well, I don't
you
think
come out on the other end.
there's nothing wrong with getting prepared. I mean, if anything, people should learn just from the panic that happened with this corona nonsense. Look how quickly people cleaned out the shelves. So it would be wise to keep some extra stuff. Always have some stock. A little bit extra things. Some medicine, some water.
Well, now
doesn't hurt.
Well, water filtration. It doesn't hurt. Well, in the Midwest, you get cold out here. It's not like you can go out and pick a tomato.
Right.
So, if the stores run out here, it's either deer, rabbit, squirrel, whatever you can shoot. I mean, you could do some fishing. But, it gets cold here.
Yes, sir.
So, if you can't heat your house, but I don't think we've seen anything yet, to be honest with you. And I don't think anything will change until people can't eat. That's when revolutions happen.
And that's when I'll get out of the city.
Yep. Well, I'm burning up your time, guys. I don't want to be all stingy.
Oh, you're
probably
good.
No
win.
worries, Matt.
Well, we appreciate you, Matt. Thanks for your support, my friend.
Hey, right on. Hey, Trevor, I got a question.
Yeah.
Hey, did you ever get that maple syrup?
Not yet, man. I got to get it. I just haven't, since this whole lockdown and everything, Jesse hasn't had any church there, and he's across the town, so I haven't been over there yet. And I Uber everywhere.
Oh, you Uber?
Yeah, but
I'm
hopefully
sorry.
if I see Joel, if he comes by, he's talking about coming on here with us, so hopefully he can,
Yeah,
maybe
have
he
them
can
bring
bring
it
it.
to you now.
Is that
Now,
not
I boiled that.
They're going to eat it.
Right. Right. There's going to be sugar crystals in it.
Yeah.
Because I boiled it a little longer than what most do. So it's a little heavy on the sugar.
Well, perfect.
Exactly. You just put it in your coffee.
Oh, I will. When I eat your syrup the first time, I'm going to try it. It's going to be like...
It's going to be amazing. You're going to experience a little bit of heaven.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you, Matt. Thank you, brother.
Thank you, Matt.
You're welcome. All right, guys.
God bless you. All right, I know we had some other callers and we missed you.
Did we?
Yep. I'm gonna just call him back.
Who could it be?
So I'm gonna call them back and let's see if they're ready.
No way. Hello?
Hey, we missed your call. This is Trevor and Rich. Who's
What's
this?
cracking?
Hey, how are you? It's Paramedic.
What's up, paramedic?
Hey, not a whole lot of. I don't know if y'all heard. I know everything's busy and crazy, but I had called Jesse over last week and did the whole bit where I had forgiven him, or forgiven my parents, and explained everything to him, and it was really neat.
That's what's up, man.
How long?
Yeah, that is what's up.
How long ago did you find Jesse?
A while ago, actually, back when Hate was more of a hard ass, but he's gotten soft now. But I blew it all off, and fortunately was drawn back.
That's good. I mean, it happens. I at least from my experience, I noticed that you can recognize it, what the truth is, and when I heard Jesse for the first time, I just knew what he was saying was true, and it's what I had experienced, and it just made sense. But it took some time to do the work and do the forgiveness part, because you can understand what's right, but it doesn't mean that you're gonna change just because you intellectually understand it.
Yeah, I went through this phase too of wanting to convince people, because it's like when you get something new, you want to share it with people, and so for a while I was like, finding myself correcting people all the time, and imposing on other people. Then I realized that was my ego. Even though I felt like I was doing something good, but it wasn't good. So I'm relaxing in it too.
Yeah, no one likes anyone telling them what to do.
Exactly, or a know-it-all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So where are you from?
I'm from Florida.
That's
Oh, nice.
great.
Bath salts.
Yeah, actually, I'm standing out on the porch right now, smelling the salt. It's nice.
What's the weather like out there?
Yeah. Pretty horrible. It's humid, 85, but you just gotta surf every day, and then you don't care.
Yeah, the humidity out there is nuts. When I've been out there, the one good thing though is I never had to iron any of my clothes.
Yeah, I very rarely in my profession I don't dress up, but every now and again when I go get a haircut or I go to the bank or I'll be able to wear a suit, but most of the time it's standard Florida man garb, baggies, flip flops, and then mandatory visor.
So how was it when you forgave your dad? Was it the reaction you were expecting?
Yeah. I mean, it's how. First of all, y'all called me back. This is way out of line, but he. I would assume that many people can relate with me that he had not forgiven his mother and was unable to even understand where I was coming from because he was so beta.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all. I find that. I mean, I can't recall anybody that I've met that's met Jesse, who's had their father react in a bad way. Usually, the fathers, from what I can recall, they've always been pretty good in accepting it, even if they don't change themselves. They were happy to hear that their kids forgave them.
And that's why it's true. Every thought is a lie, because you think of all these outcomes that are gonna be possible, and then what happens in reality is totally different than what you would think it was gonna happen.
Yeah, I didn't really expect anything out of it,
That's good.
and I don't think anybody should.
Yeah.
Are you closer now with your father since having that forgiveness with him?
I wouldn't say closer. I would say it's more of an understanding that he can't help himself.
Yeah. That's what I realized forgiveness, because, I couldn't force myself to forgive. And I've heard a lot of people ask, how do I forgive? How do I forgive? And you don't. It kind of happens on its own when you gain understanding that people can't help themselves. So it's just like the more I got to know about myself, the more I realized that we're all alike. And, people don't know themselves and they don't know what they're doing. And so when I understood that, it kind of forgave itself. I didn't have to force myself.
Yeah, what really did it for me was that I was able to forgive myself the things that I've done.
That's good.
And I think that was my biggest hump, and forgiving mom and dad was easy.
Nice, man. So what's the word with Florida? How are they going to proceed with the lockdown there? Are you guys going to open up?
Oh, man, Torrance, Florida, man. Everything was peachy keen. I was able to drive around forever. When I was a young man, the roads were empty like they were at the beginning of the lockdown, and now it's back to business as usual.
Nice.
It's just a rat fest. Nothing has changed, and we'll just all consume each other. Honestly, I mean, there's no one from Florida here anyways.
Is it just everyone's a transplant out there?
Yeah, it's just total Yankee. I'm in Daytona. Daytona is a shell of itself from long ago, and then that was a shell from the before time. Like, this place was like a white paradise. They built home after home after home for all those soldiers coming back from the Second World War here. And, there's these beautiful, well, they were at one point, you could imagine them, and everyone here is on drugs. So I mean, I know y'all have problems out in LA or whatever, but, like, I've lost 5 or 6 friends who've OD'd from drugs, and I wouldn't call them friends, but it's wild. It's a complete and total decimation of the entire. That's how I woke up, honestly. I know the evil I did, and the evil I forgave myself for, and then I saw evil everywhere, and then I said there had to be good somewhere.
Yeah. No, for real. Like, sometimes that's what kind of pulled me into the politics stuff, and realizing how I had to divide myself, because I started noticing the left was like they pushed me over, because I noticed the evil that they stood for, and they don't even know that it's evil. They it's like they live in the gray area a lot of times, and where they can make excuses and reasons, and I found myself doing that all the time. And then I really realized that it was really binary. It's either right or wrong. It's either yes or no. And the more I get in tune with that, the more I'm able to make decisions. The more I'm able to, be able to tell people no or yes, and not try to come up with excuses in my life.
Well, sure, yeah. I mean, it's pretty clear what's going on. Like, we're Zog, like, completely Zionist controlled, like, it's just going to be what it is. And once you, like, understand that, and then, it's all good. Like, it's lame, but...
Yeah. I mean, I hope there's, like, a little U-turn that happens, but I don't expect it to. I'm just hopeful, but... Yeah, whatever happens, happens,
Well,
man.
there's no one willing with a platform to come out and say, this is what's happening, these are the names, this is what they're doing to you, and yeah, like, and what's unfortunate is so many Americans are all excited about their stimulus check, and they don't even understand the end that that stimulus check just put them into $18,000 more of Goyish slavery. Like, it's just so you can't tell people this stuff. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, we were talking about this, me and Trevor, a while back about you know that something's up with certain parts of history that when people don't want to talk about it, or when there's laws that will put you in jail for going
Those are
against
called Noahide laws.
it. Yeah.
That's when you're not allowed to criticize God's chosen few.
Yeah. And if everything, even if someone
Eventually
doesn't
they'll
agree
cut
with
your
it,
head off.
yeah, even if someone doesn't agree with it, it's wrong that you're not able to talk about it. Everyone should have their own opinion if you wanna, because you might learn something. People shouldn't discount it, and you should be wary of subjects they tell you are off limits. There should be nothing off limits.
And if a conversation is uncomfortable, that means it should be had, because nothing should be uncomfortable.
Well, what's pretty cool. My friend Muhammad that I grew up with, I know crazy. He was a Libyan refugee that came to America, and we were talking about all religion and everything, and it's kind of strange, like when you're not judging and you're just observing and listening. It's pretty neat, like the conversations you can have. And what's unfortunate is that you won't be able to speak truth for too much longer, but it is neat while you got it.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see, man, because we can't conclude. We don't know.
Now we're talking on Google right now, bro. You know me, my phone number, and my daily habits. You can black bag me for we're heading towards that way rapidly. I don't know if y'all understand that. There are many Americans that do understand that, and y'all could be foreign agents, but hopefully Jesse will give me the inward pass.
Well, the way I look at it, I mean, I know where you're coming from with the Zog and all that, and I have that narrative in my head as well. And the way I look at it, and just like I share on my social media in my own way, is that every man should be ready for anything. And it's great to have hope. I got hope that things will turn around, but you also got to prepare for the worst. And you don't panic about it. Don't get in your feelings. But you should own your firearms. You should stay in good health and stay fit and stay active, and just watch. Stay calm and observe, and you'll see what to do. If things take a dump, then you can make a better decision than if you get into your feelings about it. But yeah, everyone should be dispassionate.
Yeah.
Don't be a cheerleader for
Observe your
Trump or a
feelings.
cheerleader for the Democrats.
Say what?
I said you shouldn't be a cheerleader for Trump or anybody. Like I like him
Yeah,
in a lot of ways,
nobody.
but
Absolutely not.
for no man should be
Yeah.
above you like that.
If you don't hate anybody, you
Well,
got
there's
love.
one man. There's one man.
Yeah, the son of God.
I haven't called on him yet. That was something I wanted to ask Jesse about, because I heard him talking to a caller about it the other day.
Yeah.
And like, if you can't overcome it, ask Jesus to help you. And I was curious about that, and I'll smoke on it for a bit. Maybe I'll set up a counseling session or something. But
I recommend it. I mean, I've already done the count. What do y'all think about asking Jesus for help? I've tried it once or twice. After he had said that, I remember hearing that in church and on the calls, and I think there is something to it. Like, if you really feel like you're in a spot where you're wrapped up in your head and you just feel like you can't get out, you can't stop listening to the thoughts. I tried it, once or twice, and I did feel it's like a sense of calm, almost like it kind of reset. So I wouldn't doubt it, but that's just for me, so I can't speak for everybody else.
Right. Yeah. No, I've killed the ego and doubted all thoughts. There's a few more things I'd like to work out. I'm just curious about asking for a little help. I haven't done that before.
Yeah, I mean,
I guess everyone's different is your answer.
If you were in LA, like I recommend those men's meetings, and it's the reason why is that not just because it's Jesse, but it's important for men to counsel with other men who are
Absolutely,
living the right way. You know, there's something you can learn. Like we got friends there, like Mark and other guys, and there's a lot of gems I've got off people from there, and it helps to be around those kind of men. Like it's one of my favorite thing besides church is men's meeting. It's one of the best things to do is just sit there with other men and be completely open and counsel. It's interesting.
Yeah, when I first started going to Jesse or listening and going to church and stuff, I felt like I was a special case, that I had this special life. And then when I started going to the men's meetings, I kept hearing the same stories, man, and I was like, wow, I'm not special at all.
Absolutely.
I got that from my mama, thinking, I'm a special case. But it was interesting to hear, and like you said, hear everybody talk and not have an ego and just, like a woman would say vulnerable, but there's no vulnerability there. It's just, it's being honest, and when you be honest, but you don't have to, have feelings attached towards it, and nobody holds on to whatever anybody says. It all stays there, and it's a good thing. I've been trying to get more friends to roll up there that don't even know about Jesse. Like, hey, there's this men's meeting, come through, and just so then they could be introduced to it that way, because who knows?
Yeah, but I'll just,
Yeah, it's nice that we have this medium where we can talk from literally across the country. It's too bad not more people in the LA area, would listen. But I understand.
Yeah. It's happening. I mean, every day at church, before church closed, there's always a new face at church every Sunday when it was open. And that's the one good thing. One by one, it is happening.
Yeah, well, hey, y'all. I'm going to go turn in. Y'all have a great show.
You
All right,
too,
man, I
buddy.
appreciate
Later, Para.
Hey, see you later, brother.
Yep. Later.
All right. That was a good call. Thanks, paramedic. All right, who's next? The line is open. 308-5559.
Well, it's actually 308-5559.
I've tried taking my friends, but they think it's dumb and pointless. Yeah, don't worry about it, Omar. Not everybody's gonna get it. You just stay free of feelings, and they might sense it in you, and then they'll want to come because you just look like you're so much at peace. Smitty, I called in to Jesse two or so years ago to thank him. He asked me if I had forgiven my parents. It hit me that I had no idea what actual forgiveness was. Yeah. Like the way Trevor put it at church that one time, that it's not even, you're not actually even forgiving them. What you're doing is recognizing and observing yourself, and once you understand and can see that you were wrong, the weight is off in that moment.
It's an understanding, because once you see, it's like a math problem. When you see 2 plus 2 is 4, then it just, the problem is revealed to you, the solution. And then the forgiveness is like second nature, it comes.
Yeah, and then you go talk to him in person, but that's the key, is just see yourself. And man, that makes all the difference. Black Toria is in the chat. You couldn't come on down. Bond is on the TV on Sundays here after Hake. That's right, every Sunday,
Credits,
11 a.m.
is everybody's using it. Fix your credit.
Come on down. Happy Saturday. Yep, I rarely see them anymore. I can see the spirit that dwells in them. Yeah, but do you just keep, like, the way I look at it is that even if I have friends who don't want to stay in touch, my phone's always open. Here we go.
From Victoria. To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail.
Well, hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
You're on the air.
Hi. How you doing? Oh, hi, Trevor. How you guys?
Yeah.
Oh, is this
I'm
White
a big
Victoria?
fan.
Who's this?
What's that?
Who is it?
Victoria Giltner.
Vic-
Victoria.
Oh, okay.
What's cracking?
you hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear us?
Okay. Well, I'm Sunshine Giltner
There
on
we
the
go.
chat.
Okay, that
Oh,
makes sense.
sweet.
Sunshine.
Yeah, so I found Jesse on YouTube 2 years ago. And my life is amazing. It's more than amazing. You know, it used to be really messed up for years, you know, many years. And I see it, you guys, like, because now that I know myself, I know the truth. And I can never go back. I can't tell a lie. And when you tell the truth, like, there's people even in my family that turn against me. And it's really strange because it's like they almost want you to lie to them, you know, instead of telling them the truth. Because I guess the truth hurts, you know.
It does when you got feelings and take it personal. It definitely hurts.
Yeah. Yeah, and I tell them, like, slow down, like, you know, listen to Jesse Peterson because I'm not the same person. I can never go back to that person. I know who I am now, see? And that silent voice, God, it's that, you know, that old gut feeling that we've all had ever since we were kids. We relied on that old gut feeling, you know what I mean? And that's the same kind of, it's common sense and it's revelation.
It sure is.
And that's how he speaks. And, the more I spend time with him, you know, Jesse says go inside. Well, to go inside for me now is to just spend time with him. And how Jesus jumps in and helps is because there's times that when I'm, you know, talking with our Father, you know, Jesus was here and he didn't live this wonderful life. You know, he had to grow into what his challenge ahead of him was, you know, and he was taught the same way as God teaches us, you know. And so when we cry out to our Father, and it's difficult, you know, he came here and he was in flesh like us. And so he's been through the hard knocks of life, you know, like all of us. Some of us not as, you know, I've been through a lot. There's really not a subject that I haven't experienced in my life, you know, a lot of hard times.
Since
You know what I mean?
Victoria, since you found Jesse, did you go and forgive the people you needed to forgive in your life?
Every single person, including my ex-husband, I called up. I never thought that I would ever done that, ever. And I you know, I had to, because I took his kids away from him, because then I was such a beta female. It was ridiculous. And at first, when Jesse, you know, when he was talking about women, you know, I was so, all women are emotional, come on, until you were reborn. And then God turns you into an alpha female. I don't know other way to put it.
Do you agree with Jesse when he says that women don't have love to give?
Well, yes. Of course we don't. How can we? Because the only way we can is through God. And, you know, we weren't made. We were made from a man. You know, we don't have that inbred connection that you men do. And being a female, man, yeah, females are crazy. They're not just emotional. Most women are crazy. You know, they got, when he says Satan's their daddy, you know, he was mine. Like, I think I was probably maybe 8 or 9 when I think he kidnapped me and has held me hostage ever since.
Wow.
And that's how I look at it. I call Satan Scar, because he reminds me of Mufasa you know,
Oh,
in the
Scar.
Lion King.
Yeah.
And Scar Satan reminds me of Scar. So when I talk to our Father, when I talk to Him, and when I speak with Jesus through the Holy Spirit, it's like we're all having a chat. And this is what I'm revealed. Is like, because let me just put it to you like this. I was always the beautiful, dumb blonde that society